So today's message is based on the book Families and How to Survive Them, written by Robin Skinner and the funny John Cleese from his Monty Python sketches. Mind you, I really loved Monty Python. I thought it was probably one of the things I wish I would have watched growing up. But anyways, so raising children. It is important based on their conversations in this book. It is important to interact, to imitate, and respond to their actions, as that would lead to not only a healthy baby, but also a happy baby. Because if you don't, there's a great chance that they will become very much autistic, which I think is very interesting because I think autism is actually a genetic disorder rather than something that's environmentally driven. But nonetheless, it is very important to set boundaries because boundaries means good disciplinary actions. But you also have to allow your child to explore the world freely on their own, learn their own mistakes, cut themselves, and help them to realize that it is okay, that they will survive this. It is always important to encourage children to explore the world on their own. And part of what goes on in families is that however the child is brought up in the family is very much reflexive of the family dynamic and the family origin. So if a child grows up and becomes paranoid, chances are they've had a very paranoid family. Whatever the child is missing was also missing in the family. It spreads, it's contagious, it spreads among the generations. And one of the things that is, I think, really, really important to realize that I took away from this book is that having kids is a sacrifice. And I mean, look, how many times have parents, how many people I've known who become parents didn't really expect to have kids and to bore kids that are unwanted in a way. It really is probably the worst thing that you could ever do as a parent, as a mother, as a father. So inside of the relationships, that's where it all starts. It is very important that couples talk to each other, that they express their feelings of inadequacy or vulnerability. Because oddly enough, often people feel that the only way that they can get love is not asking for it, when it's really the opposite. It's true. I mean, like, how many times have fathers really been turned off by their wives because their wives have been so into taking care and raising their babies, their kids? And the most important fundamental lesson that I took away from this is that it's okay to ask for love. It's okay to feel inadequate. It's still okay to be vulnerable, even though you still have children. And that's really the power of asking. It really cures a lot of the mental instability and a lot of the thoughts of suicide and all of that that stems from negligent families. And one of the most important things that I've realized also from reading this book is the most successful, the most healthiest families, the most happiest couples are able to cope with change. Couples need to constantly define their own roles in order to optimize the success of their relationship, the thriving of the relationship, which also means that they should define their own roles in parenting. It's the sharing of it, it's the commitment. That's really all that revolves around making a family system work. So, because if you can do that, you can avoid a term that's coined by Iyanla Vanzant, which she calls generational karma, which is the dysfunction of families which become contagious. A lot of the things that are discussed in families, like taboos, that spread across generations. And then you find kids using schools as an escape to bully other people. So it's really important that people cope with change and remain open-minded. And that's my message for today.